working with Pam Baskin? Is that the steering group that's worked with Pam?
Yep.
Yep, and you're happy with that engagement?
Well, there are a lot of technical aspects of that engagement that has actually put us in a lot of shit now. And I'm not going to discuss that with you, but that's a community-based issue. And those are discussions and issues that we have to raise with the Commissioner when we invite him out here to actually look at how we're going to retain our 99-year lease.
So that's your next issue.
Well,
you want to talk to the Commissioner?
Well, we are going to talk to him, and we've already invited him up here, and we've already told him that all interest groups have been divided all year, and all interest groups have been representing themselves independently all year, and all interest groups have realized they're not getting anywhere with this gas proposal. And the only way we can do it is by uniting together and forming this governing body that will represent everybody's interests properly and talk direct, not rely on God knows who to provide the direction or, you know, to provide the permission and concept and consent for, you know, any type of engagement regarding development in this area. There has to be a formal process. There has to be a real professional process, protocol put in place in order for us to take ourselves seriously. And in order for us to believe that we are capable of creating our own sustainable, you know, infrastructure, our own independent representation, we have to do this in order to believe ourselves. We cannot do this by allowing government to continue to come in with their ideas, continuing to come through solely because they're the government, and they have every right because we're on Crown land, and they think, whoa, we're the top of the notch, you know, we can do whatever we like. Hang on a minute, you can't do whatever you like. You just can't. And we as human beings, not as only Aboriginal people, but we as human beings know that it is wrong. You can't treat us like we are animals or we are dogs and we are entitled to any rights. We know what we are entitled to, and we want to fight for that, and we want to get that, our strong independence. Because nobody is taking us seriously. We believe no one is taking us seriously. And we seriously have a crunch time now. We have a very small deadline that we need to meet. We have a very small time frame that we have to squeeze all of this effort into. Yeah. And sorry, Duncan, that's where we're at the moment. No worries.
It's good. Now, you've had dialogue with the Nulnul representatives from the KLC process.
That's right. KLC were out here, and we've already engaged, and we were actually endorsed by KLC to continue this, and to actually encouraged by KLC to actually do this because...
To block the town off, eh?
No, to actually take a stand, but to actually take a stand as an independent core group of people, and to not tolerate the mentality that government likes to inflict on our people in our land. Because we don't
appreciate that the state did put its resources in a traditional owner-based process. That was a decision of the previous government.
That's right.
With the idea that the traditional owners would sit down with all the mob and talk this thing through. So,
and you know, throughout the whole year, traditional owners never talk to anybody. You know, throughout the whole year, you know, outstations were only talking with outstations. Nyulnyul people were only talking with Nyulnyul people. Community-based didn't have a clue. Nobody in this area had a clue. All right, people were put in place by government to provide the information to everybody. But because the information was not passed on and nobody knows, and the information was more or less kept, because KLC yourself, you know, KLC kept all its records for traditional owners' purposes solely in their office because they protected the interests of traditional owners.